Okay, you guys. It says I'm live, but I think I set up the wrong. See if you have to come over to this one. I'm going to wait a minute. And if nobody shows up in the next like 2 minutes, then I will go back to the other page and see what I potentially did wrong. Oh, Lander's here, Jules is here, Shelly's here, Kara's here. Okay, good. Yay. Okay, sorry. So that was a little bit of a learning curve. Hey guys, it's Jen Lefforge. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so I'm gonna have my glasses on and off because I'm an old lady, and it's really funny because I practiced with my contacts out, with my contacts in. Do I use this? Do I not use this? But this is my first time using the technology for the live stream in my house. So give me a thumbs up. Everyone's saying hello. So I'm assuming you guys can hear me okay. But I'm going to look and make sure that my sound is good. Leonard's here. Yay! Lisa is here. Barbara's here. Thanks, you guys. Oh my gosh. The Dance Moms Team 411, you're the best. Sounds good. Okay, Don, thank you. That is exactly what I need. I am waiting for a couple of people to log on that are moderating for me. I'm sure Jenni will be here in just a minute. Jenni from the Neverland Family, if you guys love Jenni, because she's amazing. Yes, Lisa. So the ears on my wall, you guys want to know how complicated that is? That is literally, oh, thank you, Xander. That's perfect. The ears on my wall are up there with plastic thumbtacks. So no big deal at all. You just stick thumbtacks in your wall. And what's funny is I always have one usually that I'm wearing. I'm not going to put them on now, but I need to add more because I have a few more ears that I need to put up that there. Maureen, hey. Oh my gosh, there's so many of you here. Sean, yay. Eddie, yeah, Sean, I thought you guys were leaving for Disney. So I'm so honored that you're here. That makes me so extremely happy. Okay, so I want to kind of set up how we're going to roll. I'm so happy that you guys are here. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. You guys are the best ever. What we're going to do. So first of all, I do have Super Chat turned on. If you guys want to know about Super Chat, a lot of your favorite YouTubers will use Super Chat. It's that little dollar sign that is at the bottom. Please do not feel any pressure at all to do that in any way, shape, or form. What it is, it's a way for you to support your favorite YouTubers. Sometimes people say it's a donation. I don't like that. I'm not a charity, but any money that I get for Super Chat will go right back into the channel because as you guys know, YouTube isn't free. It costs us money for subscriptions and our time and our equipment and lighting and blah, blah, blah. It's basically a very expensive hobby. So if you want to support the channel, what Super Chat does is it highlights your comment above everybody else's. So I'll mention that a couple more times as we're going. So which I've already got a question. I love it. Okay. Streaming on the TV and the phone. Oh my gosh. The thought of my big old head on your television, Rinky, that just makes me kind of crazy, but that's okay. So yes, thumbtacks for the ears. What are my favorite? What's my favorite set of ears? You know what? I'm going to say my Christmas ears are my favorite because those are my first ones that I really bought with my family at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party a few years ago, and I just love them. So Coral, yay. Coral's here for just a second, but she says she's on a date. Tell Kevin that I said thank you for giving me a minute of your time. So Valerie wants to know, did Disneyland Paris have the same mini ears as here in the US? That is a great question. I did not really look at very many mini ears. I was so focused, you guys, as you know, if you've watched any of the Paris vlogs, that trip was such a whirlwind for me. And I had so much going on that I did shop, but I didn't shop nearly as I'm going to have to go back. That's all there is to it. I'm going to have to go back so I can shop more, obviously. So, oh, Shelly wants to know, sometimes you say you are on a gap year. What is that? Okay. Love it, love it, love it. So if you've heard of a gap year before, that's it's really big in the UK, but usually it's students that have just graduated high school and they take a gap year before college to go and travel. I started working full time when I was 18, so I never did that. Some of you may know my husband is a pilot, so he's traveled all over the world. And as I was making some changes in careers and trying to figure out what I wanted to do when I grew up, we came up with this wacky idea that I would take a grown-up gap year and I would travel and see all the places that I always wanted to see and go do all the fun things that I'd always wanted to do. It was fully endorsed by my family. I got the kids off to college. I got my global entry done, and I just am going everywhere. So I have another trip coming up a week from Sunday that nobody knows about, but I am going to share with you guys as we get to the end of the live streams that I'm like over the moon excited about. But yeah, I'm just basically playing for a year until I decide what happens next. So do you guys want me to announce our winner before I go any further? Because I feel like a lot of you probably were wanting to know who the winner was of the giveaway. And if you remember, it was for the Minnie Mouse pin, the Halloween ears. I have them. They're right over there. And the 2 Rice Krispie treats. And I'm going to tell you guys, our winner was Caprioni 1216. So I don't know if you're watching Caprioni 1216. You are our winner. If you could connect with me at my email, which will be in the show notes below, jenlefforge@gmail.com, sometime in the next 7 days, Caprioni 1216, you are the winner for the 4,000 subscriber giveaway. So really excited about that. Elizabeth, yes, I think it's cool that he's a pilot too. Pilots are awesome. Any plans to go to Tokyo or Shanghai? Hey, Christina, I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Mariah's here. Mariah's Whole New World is a great channel. You guys should check her out. So let's see. Oh gosh, Shanghai and Tokyo. My son is actually going to Shanghai in March. And if I am not back to work by then, I may stow a ride with him. I'm thinking that through. So that would be a really exciting trip. So we'll see how that goes. Jules says, well, that's amazing. I want a gap year. I hadn't been unemployed since 13. Yeah. Okay. So you get where I'm coming from on that. I started thinking, after I'd raised 3 kids, and Scott's traveled everywhere, and I've kind of been the stable one and worked full time and raised 3 kids. It was definitely time for me to start goofing off. So I don't feel bad about it at all. Barbara Gorn wants to know, what was your profession before your gap year? So I was actually a pastor at a mega church in the Dallas area, Irving Bible Church, if you've heard of it. I left there and I went to work for I won't say the name, but it's a large storage and organizational store as their operations manager. I was there for 3 years. And retail is a lot of fun. It's very high paced, but it just wasn't a good fit for me. So now I'm kind of trying to figure out what happens next. And I'm not 100% sure what that looks like. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas for me, let me know. Let's see. What is your favorite difference between Disneyland Paris and Disney World? And that is from Emma. So Disneyland Paris reminded me a lot more of Disneyland Park in California, and that's where I grew up. So Disneyland has always been so special to me. And you guys probably saw, if you watched the videos, there was a few moments where I was like, I don't understand what's happening, because it felt so much like Disneyland in California to me in some aspects. But then it was like they mashed together that with Disney World. But I loved the quaintness of it. Disney World, as we know, we love it, but it's so big and it can be so overwhelming. And I felt like Disneyland Paris was just a lot more approachable and it was the most magical of the parks I've been to, y'all. And I'm going to it's hard to explain. If you've been to Disneyland Paris, you kind of get it. There's this kind of avant-garde whimsy to Disneyland Paris, which is what you would expect. I wouldn't have understood it until I saw it with my own eyes, but even like the parade and everything, it was just magical in all aspects. Leonard says operations manager is a tough job. Oh, Leonard. I loved it. I love the people, but it is a tough job. Elena, hey, Elena, she says, as a mom of 3, I aspire to get to a point in life where I can shamelessly take an adult gap year. I'm super inspired by you. Elena, you should seriously consider it. I don't mind telling you guys, we took money out of retirement in order to pay for this, but my husband was just like, you know what? You have done everything for everybody else and you need to go do this for you. So the YouTube channel really came, I really just did it so I could document my gap year adventures. And the fact that it's turned into this amazing hobby and that I've gotten to meet all of you guys has just been icing on the cake. Hey, Jen. Jen from Jen. Good to see you. Dawn Torres. Dawn, I love you so much. Wow, I feel like Disneyland feels so magical compared to Walt Disney World. Yeah, it really is. And it's just really odd. Hey, Dawn, would you go over in the other chat and tell people to ignore that? I don't know how to I wonder if I can just delete it or turn it off, because I'm worried that one is just going on and on. So I don't know. Somebody go over there and tell everybody to get over here, because sorry about that. Let's see. Did you teach theology? No, I did not teach theology, but I did take a lot of theology classes. So I know a lot about theology, and it is a challenging class for those of you that have to take it. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Everybody's coming over. I'm so sorry about the learning curve, you guys. Someday I will be no, you know what? I'm not going to apologize. The fact that I've gotten this part far with YouTube is kind of an amazing thing to me. So I'm okay with that. My technology learning curve is very steep. Mary Catherine Kennedy. I tried to tell them. I just have this picture of this like other party going on in the other room, in another hotel room, and someone needs to go knock on the door and tell them all to come over here. Andrew Baker says, we did a gap year and it is the best thing ever. We always took the view that life is a gift, so use it. Oh my gosh, I completely agree with you. And I don't know. Uh-oh, you guys went away on me. There you are. I don't know how long, here's what I think we do. I'm going to wax philosophical for a second. We wait until we retire to travel and do all the things we want to do. But as we know, who knows you're going to be in a good position health-wise when you retire? And what are you waiting for? We saw too many people that we knew that retired and got sick, honestly. And I want to go now while I feel good and can make those memories with people that I love. So that's kind of the philosophy there. Corin, hello, Jen. Fantastic job on all your videos. It's a little piece of magic whenever I see a new video of yours pop up. Oh my gosh, that makes me super happy. For our new folks, we are utilizing Super Chat. There is a little $ at the bottom. If you want to show support for the channel, you can. All that does is it highlights your comment above all the others, and it is a way for you to support the channel financially. So if that's something you would like to do, no pressure at all. I do put all the money back into the channel. So just know that that is the way I roll. And it's good for it not to come out of my kids' college fund because they all seem to want to go to college. Everybody's in college. Okay, Princess Rhea. Hi, Jen. I have a question about Run Disney. I had injured my ankle while training for my 5K. So I'm a little worried about the run. Do you have any tips to help with the 5K? So Rhea, I'm assuming, are you doing Wine and Dine or are you doing the Princess? Either one. I think just take it slow and easy. The 5K, they do not have the sweepers on the course. I think they do eventually close the course, but it's a really long time that course is open. So walk when you need to, take your time, wrap it. When you go to the expo, they'll have people there that are using like the K-tape. Ask them for help. They will have massage tables set up, and just do the best you can. And obviously, if you think it's really injured, then you need to see a physician. So I always tell people, have it checked out by your doctor. Okay, Amanda Loves Disney. Hey, it's so good to see you, Amanda Loves Disney. I'm so glad you're here. Fun following your adventures, killing it with the views. Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, bye, Norma. Thank you. I know my UK friends, this is really, really late for you guys. So I'm really sorry about that. So yeah, I have been, the Dance Mom Steam 411. You have been so supportive and I have been so stunned by all the views. It's really been kind of amazing. So that's awesome. A group of us volunteer at the Disney Run events. It's a lot of fun and they give you a day pass. Yes, Charlie, Run Disney volunteers are the best. Huge shout out to Run Disney volunteers. I always, especially like last year when it was so cold, Charlie, right? I always think, how are they up here doing this? And they get nothing out of it, except for, well, they do get something from Disney, but mostly they just are so supportive and enthusiastic. So can't do it without the volunteers. Oh, Bethany from the Pentastic Girls. If you guys aren't following the Pentastic Girls, Bethany and her daughters are like, they make my week. Watching them do stuff. Bethany's awesome, but it's her girls that really steal the show and they just kill me. So you need to go watch their videos. Mariah, right? Shout out to the volunteers. They're always the best. Jenna O'Laughlin. Hi, Jenna. It's good to see you. Jenny, no, you don't have to be a runner to be here. That is for sure. Allison WDW girl is here. So Allison, I'm so glad you're here. I know you have people in town, so you're really sweet to be doing that. Let's see. Renee, thanks, Renee, for being here. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so awesome. So just in case, because I know a lot of people had to come over from the other, did everybody hear me announce the winner or do you guys want me to do that again? Because I'm happy to announce my winner again because I did that kind of early on. So I'll wait to see what you say about that. Let's see, what else do we have going on in here? Do it again. Okay, so the winner of the giveaway is Caprioni 1216 is our winner. So Caprioni 1216, and she won the great prize for the 4,000 subscriber giveaway. You guys keep playing though, because I don't know if you noticed, we're already at almost 4,200 subscribers. So oh my gosh, I don't know if I should tell you guys this. Do you guys want to know a secret? Don't tell anybody. I ordered today something that is coming from Shop Disney. I don't want to give it away completely. It's back ordered. I won't have it for 7 weeks. So we have 7 weeks to get to 5,000 subscribers. So tell your friends. You guys, it's really nice. It's something that you will want. Let's just say that. And the initials of it are DB. That's all I'm gonna say. Initials of it are DB, and it's something you're gonna want. So let's get us up to 5,000 subscribers within 7 weeks. So that would be awesome. So let's see what else is going on. Okay, so what other questions? Is it the Haunted Mansion buggy? No. Yes, Aaron, you are right. It is a Dooney, but you guys are going to have to wait and see what Dooney it is. And it's a Dooney that was a pre-order only that I am fairly confident is going to sell out. So when I saw it, I was like, I've got to do this. And it's not Halloween themed. I love that you're guessing the Doom buggy, but it is not Halloween themed. So you're just going to have to wait and see. Elise, yeah, I don't know if you heard me say that earlier, but it's literally plastic stick pins. Caitlin from All About the Magic gave me the idea. Hey, Caitlin, she needs to come over here. Allison, go tell Caitlin to come on the live stream. So yeah, it's literally just thumbtacks. So the good thing is I can take them down and wear them whenever I want, and which, as we all know, I am want to do. So that way they're just really convenient. Okay, what other questions do you guys have for me? I am so excited that there's so many of you here. I don't know if I said we are just going to run for an hour. AK Faso. Hey, Jen, my name is Ashley. Thanks for the content you put out. Love your passion. What's up next on your Disney bucket list? Oh my gosh, that is such a great question. So I'm going in January for my longest trip yet. And I'm kind of thinking through my bucket list. Scott will be there with me for at least part of that. Oh, Sean. Okay, you guys, wish Sean the best. They're actually leaving for Disney. Whoop, whoop. Have a great time, Sean. Oh my gosh. Please give Mickey a hug for me. I can't wait till you come back. Please show pictures and do all of that. How fun that somebody was watching us in the airport before they leave for Disney. I'm trying to think if I had any last minute tips for him. Nope, just wear comfortable shoes and have a good time. So where was I? Oh, Disney bucket list. I need to do a video about my Disney bucket list because there's so few things that I haven't done, but there are a few. So I need to be thinking about what that's going to be. Okay, what other non-Disney trips do you have planned for your gap year? Oh, Dawn, I'm so glad you asked. You know what, Dawn, that's so funny because I almost messaged you. Dawn's like a real life friend of mine, and I almost messaged you to have you ask that question. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys my binder. So this is my gap year binder. A lot of you on Instagram. Yes, Heather, I am going to Disney World in January. Saw this on my Instagram page. This is like my binder where I keep everything organized. And I just scheduled a week ago another trip. So I'm going to show you guys. The binder has like all these little tabs, right? So this one says Paris and it has everything in there. And I had one big trip that I had not done yet. And I'm going to take the tab out because I can't show you all the information because I don't want to give you all the details for security reasons. You guys get that, obviously. But a week from Sunday, are you guys ready? A week from Sunday, I am leaving for, let me see if I can do this dramatically. Da, 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 Britannia rules the waves. London. I am going to London a week from Sunday. And who schedules a trip to London? Sorry, that was really loud. I'm sorry, I'm so loud, you guys. Who does that? Who schedules a trip to London? Me, evidently, because I'm on a gap year. And I called Scott and I was like, okay, Expedia has this unbelievable deal. What do I do? Thinking he would be like, you just got back from Paris, crazy. You can't run off to London. And then I'm like, well, yeah, I can. And no, he was like, go. He's like, you need to get on there and book it right away. So I'm going to London. I'm also going to meet some YouTubers in London. I'm sure they're asleep. But Karen B, if you follow her, Tracy G, just me, among just a few people that I'm going to be meeting. So it's super awesome to have international YouTube friends that are meeting me out there. And I am looking forward to it because it'll be an international trip where I speak the language, which will be good. And I feel a lot more armed after what I learned from my other trips. So Allison, do it. Every time I run any idea by Allison WDW girl, she says, do it. She's a terrible enabler. Chris, when I was on gap time from work, I was in Europe every 2 weeks for 4 months. Keep going as much as you can. Chris, that's kind of how I feel. I mean, I feel like, why would I not go? And I've been to London 3 times, but the last time I was there was 30 years ago. I traveled a lot when I was a student, and I cannot wait to go back. So I'm just beyond excited about that. It's going to be so much fun. If you guys have been to London, if you have any off the beat, like I already obviously know like the big, I know I want to do the V&A Museum, and I know I want to do the Tower and all of those kinds of things. Tracy G, Jess, me, and I are doing the Tower of London together. Actually, she lives in Wales, but I told her, pick something that is like touristy, that you know, when you live near a place and you don't do the tourist things because you live there. I was like, find something fun to do and we will go do it together. So she just said that was what she wanted to do. So that's super fun. Looking forward to videos from London. Thank you, Katie. Yeah, I got to get my act together because I have to edit the rest of the Paris vlogs. And then I have to do want to, my trip with Coral and Allison, which needs to get up because that trip was unbelievable and last minute. So yeah. Becca, can I have your travel life? Yes. All you have to do, Becca Hart, if you guys aren't following Becca, make sure you go do that. Love Becca to pieces. What was I going to say about that? Oh, all you have to do is work for 25 years, save a bunch of money, raise 3 kids, and then you can go have a gap year. I think it's a thing. I think all women who raise children and work, men too. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying, in my case, my husband was already traveling, need to go and do this for themselves. How do I say that, Chris? Sacchetti, sit at the bar, Italian tapas. Well, I love tapas, so that sounds amazing. Allison, tell Leanne what? Please tell my wife that. Oh, about traveling? Yes, but you need to raise those babies first. You got babies to raise. Let's see. My kids would love a shout out. Grady and Boston, 2 of your littlest friends. Grady and Boston. Look, you guys. Okay, get Grady and Boston up to the screen. I forgot to show this guy on my when I did my haul. Can you believe? And I bought him in Paris. Is he just the cutest thing you ever saw in your life? So Grady in Boston, this is Remy saying hi to you. So that's really awesome. We will put him right there. His eyes are a little, I think he's a little not right. His eyes are a little wonky, but that's okay. That's kind of how Remy is. So I love that. Okay. Mothers deserve a gap year. Aaron, completely agree. Princess Rhea, I did a group tour and it was the best. We also went to Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Yeah. Unfortunately, I am only going to be in London for 5 nights. It is a very quick trip. And I kind of like doing that. I do have a life here that I need to get back to. I have responsibilities. So these short trips work really well for me. So that works out really, really well. So let's see, what else am I doing in London? You know, the normal stuff. I'll do Karen, who is another vlogger, is going to take me to Chinatown for dinner. She was trying to think of things that I might not feel comfortable doing by myself at night. So I thought that would be really fun. And I'm actually going to go and have lunch with her. So I'm just beyond. She's taking me out to dinner and I'm going to lunch with her. So I'm like, okay, that's a lot of Jen in one thing. I know. But okay, so we talked about Disneyland Paris. Rosie has an ear infection. No, I'm so sorry, Allison. Rosie, I hope you feel better, baby girl. Yes, so ranking up your points is a really ranking up your points, whether that is your Sky Miles points or whatever. In my case, I paid for college tuition with Sky Miles points. So, that's a really good way to get something out of your kids' college education. Have you thought about doing an ABD? I'm not sure I know what that is, Jules. Should I know what that is? Maybe I do, and I'm just feeling crazy right now. So I don't know what that means. So maybe tell me what that means, and then I'll tell you if that's something that I'm thinking about doing. Let's see. So Adventures by Disney. Duh, of course that's what that is. Yes, I have thought about doing an Adventures by Disney. I'm actually considering doing that with my mom because the other big trip I have coming up, of course it is. I know. I'm sorry, you guys. The other big trip I have coming up is my mom and I are doing a Viking River cruise in December. We're actually doing a Christmas market cruise. And I know that ABD does one similar to the one that we're doing. And I think that my mom is 80 years old. I'm sure she's going to watch the live stream. Hi, Mama. So she and I are off on some adventures. And I think ABD would be really good with her. She's very mobile, but, like in airports and things like that, we are using assistance when we can get it and so forth. So I think that will be good. Yeah, Christina. So on the Viking River cruise, we are going to Budapest. Oh shoot, what's the other name of the country we're going to? We're going to be in Germany, Austria, Budapest, and I'm missing one that I'll think of before we hang up. But yeah, I'm super excited. So I'm going to definitely vlog that trip as well. So I think that will be super fun. But yes, thought about Adventures by Disney a lot. They are really pricey. No, it's not Hungary. Hold please. I have it. Wait, let me pull out my binder. Let's go to the binder, shall we? Slovakia. So we are 1 day in 2 days in Budapest, 1 day in Bratislava, Slovakia, 1 day in Vienna, 1 day in Milk, 1 day in Linz, Austria, and then we end up in Passau, Germany. So we'll be doing Christmas markets. I don't know if you guys know how Viking River cruises work, but all the excursions are included. So even though the price, when you look at it, you're like, oh my God, that's so much money. But you don't pay extra for any of your excursions, which I think is really nice. Elizabeth wants to know if I've ever gone on a Disney cruise. Yes, I have, and I loved it. My husband does not like cruising as much as I do. I don't know if it's because he's a pilot and like being cooped up. I have no idea. But I loved our one Disney cruise, and I cannot wait to go on another one. So yeah, super excited to do that again someday. Let's see. We to Disney, very sweet to be traveling with your mom. Yeah, my dad passed. It's been about 9 years ago, and he was an amazing man. And our Disney cruise was right after he passed. We took her on a Disney cruise. By the way, if your mom is single and you take her on a Disney cruise, she will get a lot of action at the bar. Sorry, but I could not believe all the guys that were trying to pick up my mom. I mean, we were having to like explain to them that, she was just widowed, and who would have thought at a Disney cruise, but yep, that's a thing. We'll have to work on him. Yes, Jenny, exactly. We have to work on Scott going on a cruise. If you guys did not see that when we started, Jenny from the Neverland Family is moderating for me tonight. She is the best ever. Go and watch the Neverland Family. And again, we are doing super chat. So if that's something you want to do to show support for the channel, we'd be happy for you to do that. And again, all of that money goes straight back into all of my technology for the channel itself. Mariah, yeah, I'm super, super excited about that. So, thank you for saying that about my dad. Yeah, I won't go into it too much because I'll get emotional, but that's what happens. When you have a great dad, you never get over it. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So I still can be just like moved to tears and moment's notice. A song can come on or something. And he was a really great man. He's why I started running. Until he was diagnosed with cancer, he was an avid runner and hiker and always really active. And yeah, if you guys have ever heard of Jim Fixx, the writer, the runner, and he passed away, but he was a great writer. And my dad used to make me read Jim Fixx books. So anyway, very interesting. Let's see. Consider setting up PayPal to use for YouTube. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I have it set up for my other payments, Chris, but I don't have it set up for Super Chat. So I need to probably figure out how to do that. Songs are what remind me of my late dad, Christina, right? Yeah, my dad was really into music. And so there's just tons of music that just reminds me of him. Katie, hi Jen. We are surprising our 4-year-old with a Disney trip in December, and it is so fun to watch your videos to get excited. Are you going to make it to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party this year? I am trying not to go. I mean, I'm not trying not to go because I don't want to go. Of course I want to go. I've done Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party 4 times. Having done the Halloween party, it's still my favorite. Everyone said I would like the Halloween party more. I've done it twice. I did love the Halloween party, but the Christmas party is just, you guys, it's the Christmas party. So here's what I would say to that. I am not scheduled to go to the Christmas party, but as I have proven recently, sometimes I end up doing things that I don't intend to do. So we'll see how all that works out. Chris is saying, yeah, Chris, we may have to talk about that. I'm going to do a creator update. Maybe you could watch and maybe help talk me through that. We can comment on that offline. Dawn, yes, I know I should go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, but yeah, I've been gone a lot, and I'm back at Disney in January, and so you should go December 9th. So the problem with going December 9th is I am in Slovakia on December 9th. I can't go. I'll be in Slovakia. Yeah. So that's really interesting. I'll have to screen those videos since I'm going. Oh, to the Christmas party, Elise, is that what you're talking about? Because I've only done one video on the Christmas party, but it was just about and I would like to talk about that for a second. Having been at the Halloween party twice and all of my time at the Christmas party, my big advice for you guys for any of the special event parties is don't walk in without a plan. The parties are only like 5 hours long, and I see so many people fighting. Like Coral and I were like, oh my gosh, why are so many people fighting at Disney? Because they didn't really take into consideration how much there is to do. My strategy is to get there whenever your ticket allows you to get in there, whether that's 2 o'clock because you're an annual pass holder or a DVC member, or 4 o'clock if you have just a regular ticket. Ride rides until it's time for your parade, which either the first parade or the second parade, and then just stay put wherever you're going to be, preferably somewhere where you can see the shows. So what Coral and I did that worked great is we rode rides until the second or until the fireworks started, watched the fireworks, scooted over, watched the second parade, turned around, watched the Sanderson sisters show. We were done. But you do not want to be traversing the park once parades start, because you'll get stuck on one side or the other, and it is a nightmare. So ride rides, do trick-or-treating, do characters until your parade, and then pick a spot and sit there and do whatever else you want to do. That's my new strategy for any of the special parties. We are so excited to be going to both the Halloween and Christmas parties this year. We Too Disney, are you guys doing the thing where they're happening like you're there for the last Halloween party and then you'll be there for the first Christmas party? Because that is on my bucket list. Someone asked me about that earlier, and oh my gosh, I would love that. Barbara wants to know, what has been your greatest lesson or realization during your gap year thus far? So I think my greatest realization has been, oh gosh, that's a big question, Barbara, because there's been a lot of them. This transition for a lot of women, I think, when you have really identified yourself as a mom and then you're an empty nester, and especially because then I stopped working full time and was an empty nester, was really I'm capable of a lot more than I thought I would be. This whole YouTube thing and learning the technology, I knew nothing. I knew nothing about YouTube. I knew nothing about editing. I knew nothing about iMovie. I knew nothing about live streaming, obviously, was what I did earlier. But I'm the learning of just going, I did a Skype call with a vendor, and I was like, how hard can it be? And I'm doing all of these things that I've never done before, and just being fearless. And that feels great. I mean, those of you that are not in your 40s yet, that is the best thing about being in your 40s, is you just go, yeah, I could, somebody told me once, it was in a book I read, the difference between boys and girls is girls say I might get in trouble and boys say, but I might not. I'm becoming more like a boy. I might not. I might fail, but you know what? I might not. And if I fail, then who cares? I mean, it's a lesson learned, and it makes for an interesting story, like when you get lost on the train in Paris. So there you go. Let's see, 2 separate trips. Oh, about 30 days apart. Oh, We Too Disney. That's not so bad. That's a good thing. Are you going, Rachu, are you going to continue YouTube after your gap year? Yes, I hope to. I am a little unsure yet on where I will be employed and what that will look like. But no matter what, even if I'm back to work, 40 hours, 50 hours a week, whatever it is, I do plan on continuing to do YouTube. The good thing is that the learning curve took forever, but now that I'm kind of in a rhythm of it, it takes a lot less time for me. So I definitely think, there's a lot of YouTubers that have full-time jobs. I never could have done the learning curve piece if I was working full time, but since that's kind of behind me, I definitely think I can keep doing it. I hope I can, because I love doing it. I have a great time. When does your gap year end now? Well, Mariah, that is a really interesting question. In theory, it's supposed to end. Originally, it was going to end in May. It may end up ending in January, but I don't 100% know yet. So we'll have to wait and see. The answer to that, Mariah, is I do not know. Katie says, you're seriously such an inspiration. I love following your gap year journey. Thank you so much. That is my biggest hope. I had a lot of friends who would have an empty nest, a lot of women, especially. There's a lot of depression associated with that as your kids, grow up and don't need you as much and all of that. So I'm hoping that I would love to start a gap year revolution, that people all over the world would go, you know what, maybe I can't go on the road full time and be like the bucket list family and just do that. But I can take a year. I can figure out my finances and take a year. And now as I'm slowly starting to eke back into the workforce, I don't think employers see that as a negative. If it was an intentional gap year where you set out to learn about yourself and learn about the world around you, I don't know, as someone who used to employ a lot of people, I think that's a really positive thing. Ilana, I'm so glad you're here. Yay. Awesome. How long does it take you to make and upload a video? So yeah, that is a really great question. It depends on the video. Obviously, I just learned live streams don't take me hardly any time at all. The editing is what takes the longest. When I'm vlogging a trip and I'm just out showing you guys what I'm experiencing, that's just really fun for me and does not feel like work at all. The editing, a typical travel video, like the Paris video that I just put up yesterday, that took me about 3 hours to edit. When I first started, it would take me like 8 or 9 hours to edit. I'm trying to get that gap shorter and shorter as I get better at editing. It's really more about efficiencies, but I do kind of obsess about my music choices and all of that. The big key is to kind of not over. There's an expression in baking: don't overwork the dough, because if you do that, it kind of ruins it. So I'm working on leaning into my gut and kind of going with my gut on choices that I make with music and things like that, and then just letting it be what it is. And that's hard for me because I'm kind of a perfectionist. So Aaron, I really wish the gap year, Aaron Glenn, hey, I'm so glad you're here. I really wish the gap year wouldn't be so difficult in teaching. I have my dream position and can't give it up. Maybe gap summers. Yeah, I mean, Aaron, I think that's a great point. I think a lot of teachers, that time goes so quick, right? Like you guys used to have 12 weeks off. Now I think most of you don't even have 6. But to set aside some intentional money to go and do that and travel, I think that would be a great goal. I definitely think you should do that. The music always puts me in a good mood. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Tips for travel to Europe would be great for solo travelers. Yeah, Amy, I did do a video about, 13 things that I learned while I was in Paris. And that did give some tips, but I definitely want to talk about that more, because even like the planning process when you're traveling alone, all of that is very different. We to Disney, do you record differently now because you know what you want the finished product to be? That is a fabulous, okay. So that's like a whole nother thing all on its own. I've started being better about, I'll film like multiple intros. And Chris, I use iMovie. I'll film multiple intros and multiple outros because I don't know until I edit the footage where I'm going to start and where I'm going to end. So I did a really bad job in Paris on doing a couple of outros, like the one that so if you guys don't know, an intro is when I say, hey guys, and the outro is when I say, thanks for being here today. Sometimes I really stink at that. And so I'm trying to get better about recording several so that when I get back and edit the footage, it's really easy for me to plug in just to end it well. So yeah, that's a learning curve. I'm working on that. Oh, Barbara, you get 9 weeks off. Okay, then for sure. That would be awesome. Angela, I'm so glad you're here. Angela Cadrain is a regular viewer, always leaves me great comments. So I'm so glad that you're here. Ottavio, I'm sure that's right. Have you ever done a Disney World trip solo? My husband can't always go on certain times of the year when I could get a room there, but I've always hesitant about doing DW alone. Yeah, so I have done it alone. I've not done an entire trip by myself, but I've definitely done, no, that's not true. I'm lying, because I did Wine and Dine a few years ago and I did that trip all by myself. Now, granted, I did have a lot of Disney running friends that were down there, but I think, especially if you're thinking of traveling solo, Disney World is a fabulous way to start that and to try to do that. I think that is 100% Disney World is the place to go because you're safe. You've got transportation. It's really easy to get your way around. And you see a lot of solo travelers at Disney. And the thing is, everyone is so wrapped up in their own trips that no one's paying any attention. That's kind of true in life, right? What did Dr. Phil used to say? Don't worry about what they're thinking about you because they're so busy thinking about themselves or something like that. Just do you. And I think solo Disney trips are awesome for all the reasons that regular solo trips are great. Don, super chat, which is a new thing we just started last night on Neverland Family. So Don, thank you so much. So Don just did a super chat. So that means that her comments will be highlighted. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you, Dawn. That's my very first super chat, you guys. So that's a big deal. Again, super chat is that little button at the bottom. You can press that and you can show your support for the channel and it will highlight your comments above everybody else's. Jenny's like, super chat. So yeah, that's super fun. Let's see. I'm going to my first deluxe resort next year by renting DVC points, and I'm so excited. Oh, that's so fun. Maciel, I'm sure I'm butchering that. Where are you staying? I would love to know that. I've been Octavio says I've been watching this at work after everyone has left and I should probably leave. Was great to be able to join. Yay, I'm so glad you were here. Thanks for being here. So solo trips to Disney I think are a great idea. If you haven't done it, especially if you've only ever gone with your kids. The first time I was there by myself, I was able to go around, oh my gosh, at the Poly. Oh my gosh, the Polynesian is like such a great place. Sorry, this is not the best idea for someone who has as bad of parenthetical conversational skills as I do, because I feel like I'm having 9 conversations at once, which is fine for me, but maybe a little bit hard for you guys to follow. Walking around Walt Disney World, especially like Epcot. So my kids never were patient for example, the band in Canada, or watching the singers in the American Pavilion, their name, Voices of Liberty, or the band, all of those kinds of things. When I went by myself, I could watch the whole trolley show. I could watch the band from beginning to end. I could watch the Dapper Dans from beginning to end, and nobody was pestering. Now, I love my children. In fact, our next big whole family trip is scheduled for January 2020. That's already mapped out. Everybody's planning on it, but love my family trips. But there's a whole nother level of enjoyment when you can go by yourself and really enjoy those things. Geez, I thought, oh, Cindy, I'm sorry. That was my bad. I will do it again another time. I screwed up how I set it up. So Cindy, AKA Disney Queen, I'm so glad that you're here. Cindy's the best, you guys. So you should go follow her channel. She calms me down. Cindy has like the best voice in the whole world. Shannon wants to know, if you had to pick one, what would be your favorite deluxe resort? Oh my gosh, that's so hard. What would be my favorite deluxe resort? No, it's not that hard. The Contemporary. And I'm kind of in the minority, I think, thinking that the Contemporary is my favorite. But y'all, our very first family trip was at the Contemporary in the Garden Wing side before they tore it down. And that just screams Disney to me. When I was a little girl, and we went to Disney World for the first time in 1979. We stayed at the Sheraton off property, which then I think was called the Sheraton Safari. I think it's where the Sheraton Vistana Resort is now. And we ate, we took the monorail, we ate at the Polynesian. But when we went through the Contemporary, I was like, oh my goodness, I have got to stay at this resort someday. But of course, it was too expensive and we never could do it. So now, Mariah knew I was going to say the Contemporary. It really is. It just screams Disney to me, and it is absolutely my favorite. So, yes, and Jenny loves Bay Lake Tower. Some of you may know, if you follow my DVC stuff, that we are in the market for a second resale contract at some point, and Bay Lake Tower is on the short list, mostly so I can be there for Ellie and Max's birthdays, right, Jenny? Chris Gable, I started at that safari, outdoor hallways. Yes. Oh my gosh. Shout out to the Sheraton Safari, everybody. Oh my gosh, Chris, I was back in the day. But man, we thought we were happening. And that was hey, I was happy that we were able to go at all. So I'll just take that. Let's see, what else do we have? We're renting after learning from the Neverland Family on YouTube. Yes, Abigail. So I'm going to do a whole video on renting too, but Jenny's piece on that was really good. If you guys want to go check it out. The renting thing, you really have to still plan very far in advance. A lot more people are renting their points, which is good. But you really should probably, and Jenny, tell me if you disagree with me. If you're going to rent Disney Vacation Club points, we have used the DVC rental store and David's Vacation Rentals. Make sure you plan out 11 months in advance, if at all possible, because availability can be very tricky otherwise. Mariah, you have yet to stay at the Contemporary, but I think that will change next year. Good. Cindy, yes, Cindy, you showed pictures of you guys staying at the Contemporary, and it is just amazing. And so the Grand Floridian is really beautiful, and I would love to stay in the villas there. The rooms, though, just don't do it for me. Like everything else does, the lobby and all of that. Whenever I look at room tours at the Grand Floridian, I may just have to go stay so it can change my mind. Disney, you're just going to have to pay for me to go so that I can change my mind on the Grand Floridian rooms. Yeah, Mariah, I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't know. It just doesn't speak to me like the Contemporary does. Plus the rooms at the Contemporary, you guys, I think they're like the size of our first apartment. They're just ginormous. So that's always really fun. Katie Mai says, we are renting DVC this December at the Boardwalk. Great experience renting. Yeah, I really, Boardwalk is actually one of the resorts that is surprisingly easier to get into if you're at the 11-month mark. The ones that are going to be tough, you guys, are going to be Beach Club is going to be really hard. Bay Lake Tower can be really hard. Any of the smaller resorts. Old Key West is usually very easy to rent and is a great bargain because the point requirements there are not as high as some of the other resorts. Beach Club is almost impossible to get. I think Jenni can second that because it's on the small, there are fewer DVC rooms available. And you're always going to have better luck renting a 1-bedroom over a studio. 1-bedrooms and 2-bedrooms, the availability is typically much better. Studios are almost impossible to get anymore. If you don't own at that resort, I just find studios really tough to get. Are the rooms at BLT as nice as the Contemporary rooms? Erin, they're very nice. They're not as big. I like the studios. I like the BLT studios. I much prefer the BLT 1-bedrooms and 2-bedrooms. La-di-da, good for me. I think the standard rooms at the Contemporary are larger and I like them better. But other people may disagree with me. I will say the studio at the Contemporary, and somewhere on my channel, I have a room tour. The kitchen area is weirdly large. So if you are wanting to stay in a studio at the Contemporary and you're staying for a long trip, you do have a lot of room for food and things like that. It's almost like a full kitchen. It's really interesting. Cindy says, I haven't seen a lot of videos about Old Key West. I adore Old Key West, like for the value. Now, having said that, if you don't have a vehicle, try to get near the hospitality house because it is such a big resort. They have an internal bus system, but it's just massive. But Old Key West, I will tell you that any day of the week, if I can't stay at Bay Lake Tower, you will find me at Old Key West, especially since point-wise, and if you're renting cost-wise, it is much less. Y'all, the 1 and 2 bedrooms at Old Key West are bigger than our first house, and I'm not kidding. They are absolutely ginormous. They just redid. They're almost done with the refurbishment. I cannot say enough good things about Old Key West. Key West. And Charlie says Olivia's is fantastic. It really is. I love Olivia's to pieces. It's so good. Okay, Beth Nolan, leaving on Tuesday and got in at the 7-month market Boardwalk Villas and Wilderness Lodge, a 1-bedroom, and got it. Great for food and wine. Yeah, Beth, that's awesome. Because again, she did a 1-bedroom and you're going to get better availability at the 11-month mark for sure, and the 7-month mark, absolutely, in the 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom. Yeah, Beach Club is just tiny. Chris, pay cash at Beach Club. The DVC rooms are in the back. Yeah, that's true. And Beach Club villas are not as big as some of the other villas are. So if I'm going to do Beach Club in a studio, I would probably be more inclined to try to get a really good discount and just stay in one of the standard rooms. Do you find, AK Faso wants to know, do you find that Disney vlogging is a tough space to cover topics that haven't been widely covered already? Just curious. I personally think you do a great job putting your own unique spin on things. Aw, thank you. That's very sweet. Yeah, I mean, the way I feel, there's so many of you guys out there, and there's so many of us that love Disney, and I don't guess there are a lot of Disney vloggers, but there's only one me. I mean, there's also a lot of people who watch gaming videos. There's also a lot of people, my husband does modeling. He makes airplane, I'm doing this because his models are all over there. There's a ton of people that watch modeling videos. We've all got our thing. And I don't know if y'all have seen the numbers on YouTube, but there's plenty of people to go around. So this whole thing that there's too many Disney vloggers, I'm like, I don't get that. I just think if you want to be a Disney vlogger, be a Disney vlogger. Do it. Exactly. Cindy is saying, just do you, boo. I do this because I love this. And so and the fact that you guys love that I'm doing it is icing on the cake. So Charlie says rowing videos. Charlie has a channel. Charlie, I forgot to mention your channel. And Charlie is really, we're talking about the, creator update videos, which I know I'm overdue for one for you guys. So I'm actually due to hopefully film my next creator video tomorrow. Can you please do a video for packing your Disney ears safely? So you know what I would say? I don't do anything special with mine. I just put them in a packing cube and kind of put like socks and things around them, and I've never had a problem. So, but I've had a couple people ask for that, so I may go ahead and do that because I do have a particular packing cube. Although in the parks, I am more likely to wear a ball cap, especially if it's in a hot time of the year than I am mouse ears, because it's one thing to wear them down here and film with you guys, but they really do hurt my head. So yes, there's enough Disney love to go around. Mary R says, "Ditto, you do a great job. Love your mature approach and self-deprecating style." Yeah, I'll tell you, that's all I got. Self-deprecation. I majored in that at Arizona State University. Chris, creator live stream. I actually love that idea. In fact, I don't want to do that for this month, but I think for next month to do a creator live stream is genius, because then we could really have a real conversation. So thank you for that. I'm going to put that in my notes from today. Let's see, go Arizona, right? Go Sparky, right? If you're an Arizona State alumni. I did not graduate from Arizona State. I only went for 2 years, but my husband did. And it's really funny because here in Georgia, he always wears his Sparky hat, and we get more comments. And I'm like, he's like, where do all these Arizona State people come from that are living in Georgia? So there's a lot of people here. So we have about 9 minutes left. Maciel wants to know if you've done a Disney cruise. Yeah, I talked about that a little bit ago. I have done a Disney cruise, but it was a minute ago. So I really think we need to do another one. Jenni from the Neverland family has never gone on one. So I think that we should go on one. Do you guys think we should do that? We should do like a vlogger cruise, and we should go with the Neverland family. Tell me if you think that is a good idea. I know Jenni thinks it's a good idea. So yeah, that would be super fun. Every Disney vlogger is different and bring their own personality. I totally agree. And that's what it's about, right? Is connection. And yeah, I think there's plenty of us. Oh, Chris, you're so sweet. Super chat. Chris Gable, thank you. You have been so sweet and so supportive of the channel and all of your great comments. And Chris has been subscribed since like the very, very beginning. So Chris, I'm sorry we're going to lose you, but I get you have to go about your life. I totally understand. Thanks for being here, man. And thanks for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Let's see. I'm just laughing at Jenni. Super chat. We need like a super chat dance. Maybe not. My kids, thankfully, are not watching this. Oh, Jenni. Mary R thinks we need to do a cruise, a vlogger cruise to Hawaii. Yes, I agree. I think that's a fabulous idea. Melody, hey, I'm so glad you're here. We've only got just a few more minutes. So is there anything that you guys want me to narrow in on for like the next 5 minutes? Oh, other than anyone who is close to you, who are some of your favorite Disney vloggers? Oh my goodness. So I love Ears to You. They were like the first ones that I started watching, and we have mutual friends, so I kind of know them. And so now you know me, so you kind of know them too. Brock and Promise. Disney Double Dose. I love them. Mr. and Mrs. They don't use their real names. Absolutely adore them. And the funny thing is, you said not your friends, but you know what? I started watching them before they were my friends. So Coral Joy Travel, she and I became friends because I started commenting on her vlogs, and then we went to Disney together. I can't promise you that will be your experience, but and Allison, WDW Girl, same thing. Started watching her vlog before we were friends. Thomas Ever After, I love. They're a really, really neat family. Love watching their vlogs. Jen's Happy Home. Jen does great. She's doing Vlogtober right now. She does a lot more home content, but I love her channel. Dawn says, I watch a lot of Disney content. The positivity and joy you radiate makes me so happy when I see a new video from you. Dawn, you're the best. Thank you so much. Yeah. And Dawn is one of my super chat. So if you guys, when you're watching somebody else's live stream and you see that super chat pop up, so what that means is you do super chat and then your comments, I don't know if you guys can see it. I think you can. Dawn's comments will be highlighted like during the whole chat. So if there's somebody you really love that's like a huge YouTuber, I mean, I'm not huge by any stretch of the imagination, go ahead and do super chat with them. And then your comments will be highlighted and they will respond to you on the live chat. This is cool because I feel like I've tried to respond to all of the questions, but oh yeah, Cindy, Coral Joy Travel and I doing anything would be hilarious. She and I just have a lot of really good fun. So, oh, Randomness 2375. How are you, sir? Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Oh yeah, that's right, Jenni. I always forget we didn't know each other. Jenni and I invited her to do Moonlight Magic with me and my oldest son, who will never be on camera, but Jenni and Frank know him now. And we just hit it off. In fact, we almost forgot to vlog the entire night because we were just talking about everything. Bad vloggers, vlogger fail. Let's see. Oh, you're welcome for explaining that. I didn't understand super chat either. I was like, what is this dollar sign at the bottom? That doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. I don't know if you saw Jenni's video from that night, but I had bought Max a sticker book and I had put it in an envelope, just like I always do, right? I grabbed it off the shelf down here and we'd been missing my son's birth certificate. That's going to make sense in a second. So I grabbed this envelope from down here where the office supplies are because I'm a very organized person. And I put the sticker book in it and I decorate it for Max and I hand it to them. And Jenni goes to pull out the sticker book and she goes, this would appear to be a birth certificate. I was like, oh, that's where that is. So I texted my son, found your birth certificate on a bench outside of Epcot. Now I can't stop watching Disney vloggers. Yeah, there's a lot of great Disney vlogger content. So I will, I might, Jenni, that was the best. I thought you were adopting us. Yeah, that's a weird story. I think those kinds of things only happen to me. So, Mary said, we found Jen researching DVC. Her vids gave us great, helpful information. Mary, thank you. Yeah, really, the whole channel got started because of DVC, right? Oh, Atropos07. Yes, I have Goofy because of you. Atropos kept bugging me that I didn't have a Goofy in my background. And so that exists because of him. But when we were researching DVC, I felt like all of the videos were either from resale brokers or they were from Disney itself, or were from people who were just like all the positives. And I was like, it's not all positive. And I just felt like people needed to know the reality of it, and at least it's such a big purchase, right? Make sure that you know what you're getting into, because we love our DVC membership, but the video I just did this last week, I don't think it's for everybody. So anyway, it's always good to know. Love your Dooney and Bork video. Thank you. Do you guys say Dooney and Bork or Dooney and Burke? Because I've always said Bork, and I had my first Dooney and Bork purse was purchased in 1989, and I think I'm saying it wrong. Everybody says Burke. I know. But you know what? I was watching something, and they were saying it both ways. Maybe it was DV or one of the Home Shopping Network or whatever. Everybody says Burke with me. I'm going to keep saying Bork just because that's going to be my signature thing is I say Dooney and Bork. Everybody says Burke but me. I guess I'm just weird. Maybe, why, you guys? Because I was buying Dooney and Bork purses before we had the interwebs. And so you didn't know how it was pronounced. You just pronounced it like it was spelled. So anyway, and I'm from Arizona. So what do I know? Okay. All right. You guys say Burke. Fine. Keep saying Burke. No worries. So what's coming up next for the channel, just in the 2 minutes that we have left? Oh, and Elizabeth, you found me when you started searching for Run Disney. Elizabeth is going to be training for her race. She is running the Princess, and I am so excited for her. And she is going to rock it, and it's going to be amazing. And, even if it isn't, like I told her, it'll make for a good story. So no worries on that at all. So yeah, give Elizabeth lots of good shout outs because she's going to have a fantastic time. And if you guys ever want to run a Run Disney race, reach out to me on Instagram. You can't really message me on YouTube anymore, but if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm at Jen Lefforge, and we can actually chat over there. And so that's really the best way. Some of you message me through Facebook. That's okay. I'm not on Facebook as much, but I'm on Instagram all day, every day. So definitely come over and chat with me over there. Yeah, I'll walk a Run Disney race. I've walked a Run Disney race. I walked a half marathon. My friend Sarah that I always run with, she's in a lot of my running videos. We walked the whole half, the Princess, maybe 3 years ago. So yeah, if anyone wants advice on that, I'm happy to help you with that as well. Okay, you guys, this was so stinking fun. I absolutely loved being with you. I'm going to take one more question. So if you have one last question for me, I'm going to sit here and wait. But while I wait, I'll talk about what's coming up next. So, oh yes, thank you. And Jenni, it's Jen Lefforge with one N. She knows that. But anyway, yeah, Instagram is Jen Lefforge with one N. Disney community is the best. I completely agree with you, Cindy. What's coming up next? I spilled the beans with you guys that I am leaving on Sunday for London. So make sure you're following me on Instagram so that you can see all that. Not this Sunday, a week from Sunday. But I will have lots of videos coming up with that. And I'll do, should I do another packing video? I feel like it'll be a little bit different because it's London and it will be colder. So I will probably do another packing video. And Jenni, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Everybody always spells it with 2 N's and I just spell it with one. So I'll probably do a packing video for that. And then, yeah. So it's 8 o'clock. So our time has come to an end. So Elizabeth, good luck with your half marathon. Jenni, thank you so much for moderating. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being so supportive and amazing. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification. If you want to see more of these, let me know because I would love to start doing these maybe once a month. And then we can just chat about whatever. And I promise to do the technology piece of it right next time. So thanks, you guys. I hope you have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.